Hello! So, if you love horror stories kinda like me, you will know that there are lots of movies that include strange creatures. Movies like Aliens come to mind, or Alien, masterpieces of horror. And also Annihilation, a 2018 movie starring Natalie Portman. It's such a good movie. You should go and watch it definitely before I spoil everything here. So we're gonna do what all literature teachers do and try to overanalyze this shit that was never intended to be that deep. Let's dive right in. Lena, a biologist and former soldier, joins a mission to uncover what happened to her husband inside Area X, a sinister and mysterious phenomenon that is expanding across the American coastline. Once inside, the expedition discovers a world of mutating landscapes and creatures, as dangerous as it is beautiful, that threatens both their lives and their sanity. Woo, mutations, that's biology stuff. And honestly, I thought the movie was gonna go down the way of mutations bad, as pretty much all media does. So did Annihilation saw these mutations as this dark stuff? At the beginning, yeah, pretty much, but the movie does this thing of subverting your expectations. And at the end, you realize that they are not at all trying to deliver this message. So the plot, elaborating a little more, was like this. There is this meteor at the beginning of the movie that falls and starts creating the boundary of Area X that expands slowly. The research facility is pretty sure whatever is causing Area X to expand is at its center, aka in the meteor that fell. The whole movie is about these four women trying to get to the center of Area X, even though many groups before them have tried and failed to do so. Long story short, they walk, they sleep, they hide, they die, most of them. They discover a hell lot of mutated things, and this woman discovers that Area X works as a prism, mixes everything inside it, including DNA, and that creates mutations and makes all organisms change. And then she turns into a plant. Portman arrives to the meteor with all the intentions of beating the shit out of it, not before trying to know what the hell happened to her husband. Inside, she discovers the truth. This thing that inhabits the meteor is imitating her husband and tries to imitate her, but not in a malicious way. This thing actually just imitates, but doesn't intend to do harm. Natalie doesn't give a shit and blows everything up. The end. So clearly mutations are dangerous. I mean, all the moments where the main characters are in danger is because of a horrible mutant creature that is attacking. Well, that's a lie, only 2 creatures attack, but nah. So, mutations, bad. Until the end, when we find out that the thing that is causing these mutations, this entity that inhabits the asteroid, doesn't intend to kill Natalie. At least, not intentionally. Which is surprising. The entity that is making mutations is not intending to do harm. It just stands there and makes things happen. It modifies the environment next to them, which can be pretty bad for us, or it can be beautiful. They just happen, without regard to what we think. Exactly like mutations, which are not always these things that transform a cute dog to a monstrous animal. In fact, you, watching this, have mutations. Because they are any type of modification in your DNA, and they start happening the moment the egg and the sperm that created you joined each other. So yeah, each time you hear mutation, remember most of them are not even perceived. It really depends on chance. Which part of your DNA gets modified? You have 2 meters of DNA in each cell in your body, and it is composed of millions of bases that drive your whole information. Change one base, and well, there are millions more. And there is also this thing that not all these bases in your DNA have the same importance. If you touch an important part of the DNA, well, yeah, you're fucked. But if not, you won't even notice, really. In theory, changing some letters in your DNA can make you develop wings. Another can make your eyes go useless and you can go blind. But that's chance. That's more or less how evolution works. in a very simplified way. A mutation can make an organism more likely to survive, and by consequence, it will breed more and pass these mutations to the next generation, making also the offspring more likely to survive. So yeah, returning to the point, mutations just happen, and they happen all the time. More or less like the way the entity and the whole Area X work. They just mix up DNA, and technically they are not intending to do harm. They are just doing stuff that by pure chance turns out to be harmful, and also for human perspectives are terrible. Who would like to start becoming a plant suddenly? Well, this chick does, but apart from her, who would like to start becoming a plant? Ha! You fool, stop being veggies plantist.
Okay.
Stop having prejudices against plants, okay? They are just as, if not more, successful living beings as you. It's just that according to us, for example, losing our consciousness would be horrible. Okay, maybe not as extreme, maybe being in an irreversible coma. So much better.